Zabaruduzazizata, zabaruduzabotao, zibariduzazibwazizazizao, zabariduzata, zatatazaza, zutzuzazizadabzazazizao.
Hello out there, and welcome to issue number 15 of Wesley's Pop Culture Club. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lucas.
My name is Jonah.
And we are your co-hosts. And we are going to be discussing some pop culture on this pop culture podcast.
Wow. I'm excited.
I'm quite excited.
Yes.
So you're joining us here for our big 15th issue. We're about halfway through the 10s. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. Halfway. We're not in the earlies anymore.
Yeah. I'd say we're in the mid-earlies now.
Mid-earlies.
Yeah. We've been going at this for, by the time this comes out, almost 8 months.
Wow.
Almost.
Oh my gosh. I think you're not joking me.
No, I'm not. Am I being serious?
Are you being serious right now?
I'm not joking you. And it feels good.
It does. I feel like it's gone really fast.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah. I like it.
It's been keeping us busy.
Totes.
And it gives us an excuse to get together and talk about some things that we love and some things that we don't love.
Right.
But mostly things that we love.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
Yeah, please do.
Today we're going to be talking about movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get that sound effect going.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about one movie in particular a little bit later on that you may have heard of. So, but before we do that, Jonah and I have partaken in some other movies prior to and after seeing the movie that we're going to talk about today.
Indeed.
So, Jonah, real quick, I should say, this is part of the spiel that I still haven't memorized. We are available wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Not going to say that one. I'm not going to say it. We talk about it too much.
Those are my guys.
I'm not going to say
They're
it.
my guys.
If you can think of a place where there are podcasts, the chances are pretty good we're on there. So
pretty high.
just roll the dice.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't have any on me yet, but
Okay. I'll buy you some.
Give me some?
I'll get you a nice 20-sided die.
oh, sick.
How's
yeah,
that?
for
Yeah.
D&D.
You don't have one?
I do, yeah, but
You
not
do.
with me. Yeah.
Okay.
I may have been fibbing to you, but not with me though. So that part's true.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I think you said you don't have it yet.
Yeah, I did say yes.
So
that implies there's some future motion happening.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll still get you one. I'll get you a nice one.
Thank you.
A nice maybe it'll be like what are you into? Maybe it'll be like longboarding themed.
It could be longboarding. Yeah, I like Spider-Man too.
Nah.
No
longboard.
Spider-Man?
Longboard. By the way,
Okay, yeah.
I think it's been like a couple weeks since I asked, how's the longboarding going?
I think I haven't gone in about like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think I went 2 weekends ago. Yeah.
Okay.
I just did a little sesh.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I haven't gone much after that though. I've been kind of wanting to.
Did you find some even ground?
Yes.
Nice.
Dude, so yeah, I found this park that has tons of even ground. It was shaded too that day when I was there.
Oh, nice.
Which is even better. And there was like nobody there. So those are like kind of the key concepts I'm looking for. Like it was a little uneven, like, so I was thinking like flat ground, like no hills.
Right.
That was mostly flat, but some of the surface was a little old.
Oh, a little rocky?
Yeah.
Some rocky terrain.
Yeah. Within that same park though, there is a section that is like newly paved.
Okay.
And that's some mint stuff.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, yeah. Also, I'm glad to hear that that's going well.
Yeah,
and,
thanks, man.
if you're interested in watching us talk about this stuff. We get very animated. It's worth looking at the video version.
Yep.
We are on YouTube with video. So
yes,
go check that out.
You could check it out.
Do us a favor.
Yeah.
Hey, while you're watching the video, smash that MF like button, and then go wherever it is from there, maybe up. Smash that MF subscribe button.
Okay, I don't think it's up.
Maybe it's to the right.
Down. I think
down
it's
from
down
the like
and
button?
left.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I think up is the video, my guy. Like then you're in
straight from the like button?
Yeah. Like you're just in.
Well, smash that MF pause button.
Okay, yeah.
Then go down from there.
Sure.
Smash that MF subscribe button. Then unpause. That way you don't miss anything.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, so that way you're maximizing like your time
exactly
with the video.
You hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear it.
You're picking it up.
Right. I've thrown it in my pocket.
Good.
Another thing I would mention, like for myself, I don't like to watch it while I'm driving. So I recommend, I can't tell you how to live your life, but from my experience, it's probably not the best to watch the YouTube video while you're driving.
Based on your experience.
Based on my experience.
Things that have happened to you.
Yes.
Now, what if they have one of those, you know what I'm talking about? The things you can watch the movies on.
Right. Like a big screen, like in the Teslas was like the big screen, like that?
Like in front of the driver. So that the driver can drive, but also have a YouTube video up.
Is it like on the steering wheel you're talking now?
No, it's on it's the center, like the center where the radio is and all that stuff.
Okay, that's what they're talking about, yeah.
If that somehow is able to become a YouTube video, is that safer than holding a phone? Because at least this way you've got both hands free, they're on the wheel.
I think that totally sounds a lot safer.
Okay.
So the way you're describing it, if it's a big screen, have at it.
If you can find a way to project a YouTube video onto your windshield from the inside so that you can't actually even see the road, I think this is optimal.
I don't think I would recommend that one.
I think we're best on a big screen that's slanted inward as it comes up.
So like our foreheads are like extended.
Yeah.
It looks like they're larger.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we're almost kind of cone-headed in appearance,
Yeah. I could see it.
Can't see the road, but I can see us.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
I go in my car just to watch videos. I'm not actually going to drive.
Oh. So you turn the car on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I turn the car on. I'm just watching videos, man. It's awesome. It's peace and quiet.
Yeah.
It's a little hot in there, but I can deal with that. Yeah. So. But anyways. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks, Jonah.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thanks, everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about some movies that we've seen recently.
Okay, yeah.
Should we go in order of watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right. You lead us into our first one.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the first one we watched was Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass.
Whoa.
Which is probably the most fun movie title I've said this year. And it's very fun. I've said it to a couple people, and it's like, this is fun to say.
Yeah.
Really fast. That is directed by David Wayne. I didn't realize this at first, but he directed other amazing hits such as Wet Hot American Summer, I Love You Man.
Classics.
I Love You Man is my favorite movie of all time. I'm just saying it right here on the record. Bang.
Number one, With a Bullet.
With a Bullet.
I love
Let's hit it. Role Models, other movies of that nature. And then it came out. I think we saw this. It was like mid-July. I think it was like mid-July or something like that, early July.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so this movie was amazing. This is like right up my alley as far as humor. It's like a absurdist comedy is how I've seen it described. Deadpan. Basically, it follows this group of people. Okay, so you got the main character is Gail Daughtry, her fiance. Okay, so they're just recently engaged, and they have this kind of bet or this deal about a celebrity sex pass. Like, oh, if you could sleep with this person, or if you met this person, this celebrity, they're like, this is the person I could have sex with.
Right.
Like, it's a free pass.
You've heard of this out there.
I'm sure everybody
Listeners,
listening has heard of this.
You've heard of the hall pass, the celebrity hall pass.
Yes.
Everybody's got one. Come on.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, mine kind of like comes and goes. You know, like right now I'm kind of like I'm open. So.
Sure. I wanna ask who it is, but I don't know if it's. Is that a good thing to be getting into on this podcast?
Nah, we probably don't need to. Yeah, we could save that for a.
I'll ask you later off, Mike.
Yeah. That's for the paid content.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's for our true fans.
Can we keep coming up with offshoot names of OnlyFans?
I think True Fans is a real thing.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
We're on it.
Okay, I didn't.
We're on
Were
it.
we talking about this last week?
We did.
Because I was like, I thought that was just an offshoot, like funny, like
Oh no.
a funny thing of OnlyFans that wasn't real.
No, it's very real.
Okay.
It's
so
very
we did
real.
talk about this.
But we are going to be putting paid content on OnlyFans soon.
But it's just going to be podcasting.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
But it's stuff we're uncomfortable about saying on here. If you want to really get to know us,
Right.
come find us on OnlyFans.
Yes.
Whenever that happens.
This is going to come back to bite us. Hopefully not. Probably not. Okay, so they each have their celebrity sex pass person, and basically the fiance, the male fiance, meets his, and they do it.
Oh,
I'm not going to say who it is because it's an amazing reveal.
crazy cameo.
Awesome cameo. Let's go. So then Gail is like, I'm really mad at you. I have to go find my person. She actually, her friend kind of tells her to do that. So they go to L.A. or is it like just kind of like Hollywood or L.A. And there's like, they meet some really funny people.
Some very interesting characters
Very
in this
interesting
movie.
characters. And so they kind of assemble this like group, and some really funny shenanigans ensue. I was telling Lucas, we went with our friend Maddie too, I have not laughed that much in the theater in as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
There was some legit hilarious moments.
We were keeled over.
We were keeled over. There was a moment where you weren't able to breathe. Like
Breathe.
You were keeled over literally, and I just heard you wheezing.
We had to bring the medics in.
had to bring the
Luckily, they
medics.
were just hanging out. Like, paramedics need to see movies too. They were just hanging out
Sure.
in the lobby waiting for popcorn.
Right.
And they were like fifth in line.
Okay, yeah.
So they had some time to kill.
Yeah.
Um,
Perfect.
So they came in. They gave me CPR,
Yep.
mouth to mouth, which was
Yeah.
a crazy experice.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
part, but yeah, that's
I only missed all of it took like 30 seconds.
okay.
So,
That's pretty quick.
yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And then I came back to, laughed a little bit more, and then I was able to kind of plug back into the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
So they helped you out.
Yeah. I laughed harder than I have in a long time in this movie.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it was awesome. Highly recommend it if you like comedies.
Definitely.
It was like, for me, a legit funny comedy. I've seen, I mean, we saw The Naked Gun last year, and I thought that was amazing too,
Right.
actually. But I think sometimes some comedies, at least critically, have been kind of getting slammed. And not the ones that I've seen, really. But yeah, this one was awesome. So
yeah.
what about you, man?
Oh yeah, no, I love this movie. I think comedy movies tend to do this thing where they are funny, but they're maybe taking themselves too seriously or something, or trying to be funny in a way that comes across as like,
Dude, totes. Yeah.
And I think this
Totes.
movie just embraced the goofy of it all, went all in on that angle, and it
Yeah.
really worked out. So I loved this one.
Same.
This was great.
It kind of, I was say, it kind of reminded me of I saw an interview with Jason Bateman about Arrested Development one time, where he was talking about like why he thinks the show is funny, and I remember he said like the first day Jeffrey Tambor was there, and he was like really committed to his character and being like unhinged and like super chaotic and goofy, and he said that like Jason Bateman's character Michael is like the straight man, but everybody around him is chaotic and crazy. But it makes that it's able to make that show, I think, like work because you have one person that you can relate to. It's in reality,
Right.
Which is Michael. Everybody else is so like goofy and like unrealistic,
Just nuts. Yeah.
absolutely like exaggerated. And I think whenever I like since I've heard that, that's stuck with me because I've kind of seen that in other stuff. I'm trying to think for this movie. I don't really think there was a straight person, like straight man, like who's very grounded in reality.
Yeah. Everyone is all, as with a lot of David Wayne stuff that I've seen, everyone has some quirk to them, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Definitely a good one. Okay, what's next?
Okay, next is I Can Change.
Ooh. True.
Oh wait, I went out of order.
Uh,
Wait, I went out of order. Well, that was the other one.
Did we watch that after?
That
we saw the movie.
That was after the main movie.
Okay,
but that was
well. We'll skip because we're gonna get to that.
Okay, yeah.
But actually, so it's Never Change.
Oh, Never Change.
Never Change.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's all good.
Thank you for correcting me on
good.
that. Yeah.
This was another comedy.
It was another comedy.
We were 2 for 3 on comedies for movies that we saw. Although I guess our movie of the month, pretty funny.
I would I don't know if I would agree with that, but
okay, I was cracking up.
I don't know about that.
So this is a movie from this year that I believe came out on Hulu.
Yes.
Never Change. That's how we watched it anyway. This movie has an incredible cast.
Yeah, it does.
And is also very, very absurdist. Kind of just nonstop slapsticky sort of running gags and just wild hijinks. So what did you think of this one?
I thought this one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was. I really like the character who's like affiliated with the aliens. And I don't know, I still don't know if he is an alien. I think he is, but there was just
I think he was maybe abducted.
He was definitely abducted.
Yeah.
Yes. There was some like there's just like kind of heartfelt scenes happening around him and just normal things, and then they like cut to him and he's having this like chaotic flashback of like him killing like some alien, or like he's in like a haunted room, or like it's like it looks haunted. It's like kind of horror-esque.
Yeah.
And it's just like really jarring. I also loved the bartender guy.
Oh yeah.
There's that scene where he's just yelling at one person, and he's like just steadily increasing his volume.
His volume, and he's elongating his words.
Yes. Those were like the two highlights for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this one was good. It's like a little bit longer than an hour and a half. And after like 30, 40 minutes, we watched this with my brother, Jack, also. And we kind of looked at each other, and I think he was like, there's no way they can maintain this pace with the jokes, because it was just nonstop and we were cracking up. And I do think a little bit later on, it kind of lost some of that flair, maybe.
Yeah.
But there was just there's no way. They have a story to tell, you know? They have to wrap things up and still be funny. And I felt like a lot of the like exposition and like setting the stage stuff was just hilarious. And then the back half was like a little bit more, okay, now we have like story to tell, things to wrap up. So I understand why, but yeah, the first like 30, 40 minutes of this movie were incredible to me. I was giggling. But overall, really liked it. Again, really good cast. Joe Firestone and Joe Pera are in this movie. If you like Joe Pera Talks With You. Those two are both, obviously Joe Pera's in it, but Joe Firestone also. The bartender, Teddy Mayo, Carmen Christopher, hilarious. Overall, Patty Harrison, one of my favorite comedians who's been in I Think You Should Leave several times. She's hilarious. She was great in it. Yeah. What do you think?
I think we're good.
All right.
I think we can set sail
I think we can set sail
on our next
wow.
movie.
Okay. Do you want to intro this and I'll
Okay, sure.
drum roll you?
Yeah.
I know we've already talked about what it's going to be probably multiple times, but
Yeah.
you can't get enough hype. So
You can't.
this week's movie of the month is
The Odyssey. You hear about it? You've been hearing about it? I bet you, the listener, have heard about this movie today.
probably.
Today. This moment you're listening about, I bet somebody has talked about it. Maybe it was your coworker.
Maybe.
Maybe your friend.
Maybe.
Maybe it was a loved one.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't have any idea. But let's talk about this.
Maybe you heard about it in a siren song.
They didn't have their wax in their ears.
Uh-oh.
Did they not learn anything from this?
Did you not learn anything?
Come on. Don't be like Odysseus unless you can tie
don't
yourself.
be like that guy.
Yeah, unless you can tie yourself to the center of the ship on the freaking mast.
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
All right.
Well, how do we even begin? Should we just dive in? We just got to go?
Yeah, let's
gonna
get
dive
into
in
it.
here?
All right. This movie came out in mid-July, July 17th, I think.
That's correct.
We saw it on the 16th.
We saw it, I want to say we saw it at the Oriental Theater in Milwaukee.
Shout out.
Shout MF out.
Shout out. If you're in the area, if you're within 700 miles
Yes.
of the Oriental Theater,
Seriously.
go see a movie there.
Go there, get the popcorn, put yeast on it. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Jonah put the yeast on the corn.
It was cool. A lot of butter, real butter.
Yeah.
Place is awesome. The place was packed.
Packed.
Packed. The whole first floor
Packed.
was pretty much full. There was
Yeah.
a couple open seats here and
Right.
there. There had to have been, I don't know, on the first floor, there had to have been over 100 people, right?
Easily.
200 or something?
Easily.
Awesome.
Keep going.
300?
Easily.
400?
No.
No.
3.
Okay. Go back to, yeah.
Yes, July 17th. It's directed by Christopher Nolan. Also written by Christopher Nolan. It is approximately 2 hours, 53 minutes long.
That's kind of long a little bit.
It's a little long. I think this
But
is
it was
actually, I'm sure this is the longest movie that we've covered, closely followed by Project Hail Mary, which was a little
Okay.
bit over 2.5, I think.
Okay.
I'll say it. Didn't feel like 3 hours.
No, I agree. It went quicker. It felt like 2 about to me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know where to go from here. Should we dive into some dive into some story?
Yeah, let's have a story. Yeah, I
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
So we got Odysseus.
Okay.
He's our guy, right?
Yeah,
This movie starts out focused on his son, Tom Holland, which is how
That's the character's name.
yeah, Tommy Holland, which is how this poem starts as well. This is
Cool.
a 24 book, which are like chapters in Homer's time. A 24 book poem here.
Okay.
The first 4.5 are focused on Telemachus, and that's kind of how this movie unfolds right off the bat. You're centered around him. You're seeing what's going on with his mother. His mother's being courted by all these suitors who are just living in their house, eating their food, using up all their resources. And the ringleader is Antinous, who is played by
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. You ever
Can
heard
that
of him?
dude do any wrong?
No,
I don't think I have seen one where it's wrong.
I don't think either. I think he always answers correctly.
Yes.
He's always polite,
Well, not in this.
not in character.
Okay.
not in character.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But when I've talked to him in person, he's lovely.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he can't. He doesn't miss.
He's great.
He doesn't miss. So, anyways, these people are, using up all their resources. Odysseus has been gone almost 20 years at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
I didn't think it was that long.
So long. He went to Troy to get back Helen, who is Menelaus's wife. Menelaus, of course, John Bernthal, who we're
Okay.
going to be seeing on Friday as Frank Castle.
Also with Tommy H in it again.
Yeah, Tommy H. and Zendaya.
Oh yes.
So we're cooking.
This is awesome, dude.
July's
What a
going
time.
insane.
Yeah, July is, dude. July is.
So, yes,
Dude.
Odysseus has gone to Troy. They laid siege to Troy for 10 years. They finally took Troy with the Trojan horse gambit in the 10th year, and then he's been trying to get home for almost another 10 years at this point.
Oh, my gosh.
So this movie kind of just throws you right into all this family stuff that's going on and, interpersonal relationships between Telemachus and Penelope, Anne Hathaway, who's great in this movie.
She was awesome.
And then Telemachus kind of gets it in his head, okay, I'm going to go out and look for news on my father. So he goes to see Menelaus in Sparta. Menelaus is king of Sparta right now.
Okay.
And so he goes and he does that. And while this is happening, we get some classic Nolan style, like back and forth montage editing where we're seeing flashbacks of Odysseus. And I got to say, this movie does a fantastic job. I was listening to a podcast. They were talking about some things that can make a screenplay better, like the measure of a great screenwriter. They said how well that screenwriter is able to hide the payoff in like early on in a screenplay. So like in the first act, things that will come up later.
Sure.
This movie does a ridiculous amount of that within the first 30 minutes even. They're talking about the dog, Argus. They show how Odysseus saved it from being, thrown off of a cliff, basically. Leguizamo, who's also great.
Oh, he was so good.
So good.
Yes.
He plays Eumaeus, who is Odysseus's, like, swineherd, is what he's known as. He watches his piggies.
Yeah.
So he's got this basket full of puppies, and he's like taking them out, looking at them, going meh, and tossing them off of a cliff. And he grabs Argus, and Odysseus is like, "Hey, I'll take that one."
Yeah.
he's like, "All right, it's gonna be my hunting dog," which brings us to the scar that he receives on his leg from the boar.
And I didn't focus on that when in the beginning,
Right.
Because that freaking comes back in a big way.
Yes, it does. We've got a flashback to Odysseus drawing lots for young men to go to war with him, and you see. I think the way you see it the first time, you're supposed to assume that Sinon, who is played by Elliot Page, volunteered to go for Antinous. Later, we find out that is not true. Antinous made Sinon take his spot. At least that's what I gathered from that.
I didn't realize that.
And then you've got the setting up of the bow and arrow.
Oh, yes.
Literally as just a
Wow.
party trick.
These are
He
great
does the whole,
points.
he strings the bow, he does the wong thing, he shoots it through the axes.
Frick.
And then you have Anne Hathaway talking about taking your fastest ship and your best sailors and chasing the escaping sun. Literally, the end of the movie is laid out
True.
right there at the beginning.
It is, yeah.
So crazy. All this stuff comes back in such a satisfying way at the end.
Come on.
So there's
Dude,
some cool stuff there.
That's really cool. I would not have picked that up. I think some of those little things, I could see the foreshadowing, right? But that is, now that you've just kind of packaged those together, that seems quite intentional.
Yeah.
Very intentional.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Definitely. So anyways, Telemachus goes out, and then at some point we flash to Odysseus. We find out that he's been living with Calypso, who is played by Charlize Theron. And she's been feeding him the lotus flower, which, if you've got any idea from Greek mythology of what that thing's all about, not great.
Yes. What is it? What does it do exactly?
Pretty much seems like you just lose all sense of time, and that's all you want to do forever is just chill out and eat the lotus flower. There actually is, they kind of merged two things here with Calypso and the lotus flower.
Yeah.
Because in the poem, they land at a place during Odysseus's wanderings after he leaves Troy. He's trying to get home. They land at the island of the Lotus Eaters, And so this is like its own thing. There was no lotus involved with Calypso in the poem. But they pretty much immediately, like it's really quick. They get there, they see what the lotus flowers are doing to people, and Odysseus is like, we gotta go. We have to go. Which is essentially like all of the great wanderings are like, they get to a place, they realize some fucked up shit is happening, and then Odysseus is like, hey, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta leave right now. But so anyways, he's been hanging out with Calypso. Calypso's been feeding him the lotus flower, and she is sort of starting to try to help him remember what happened to him. So you flash back and you get some more info on the horse with Elliot Page's character Sinon, and you're learning kind of, they kind of glance over the invasion of Troy because that comes later. But I have to say, the way that this poem is written too is also very back and forth. Just perfectly lends itself to Nolan's style.
True.
Because he's just never been a guy for linear storytelling.
Exactly.
He loves the back and forth. And it works really well, I think, in this film. And so then we have we see them leaving Troy after taking the city. And we have our first great wandering, we'd call it, which is, well, they end up on the shore of this place and they raid this town, and they have this guy out front and they're like kind of interrogating him about the people from the sea, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think so.
And he tells them, if you go that way, you're not going to like what you find.
Yes.
And Odysseus' whole thing, and this will come back later too, he's been going through some shit. Like mentally about what happened in Troy.
Yes.
And so when Agamemnon, who's played by Benny Safdie, when he leaves to go home, Odysseus is like, I'm taking another way, and we're still going to beat him home because he's tired of being around this guy. He's been with him for 10 years. He's seen what destruction has been wrought. So he's like, I'm out. I'm going to take my own way, and I'll still beat him home, you know? And there's a through line in this movie of Odysseus being very cocky. Which is also a thing that's in the poem. He makes a lot of decisions that I'm like, I don't know if that's a good call.
Interesting.
And one of them is coming up here. But after taking this, raiding this village, they go off and we have our first big stop, which is at the cave of the Cyclops. Jonah, what did you think about this whole sequence?
The whole Cyclops sequence?
Yes.
Epic. Just really awesome. Very well done. When they first show the Cyclops, it's incredible. Because he's like kind of like shadowy. Like I don't think they show his like full body.
Yeah, I think they show him like coming in.
Yeah.
And he's kind of backlit, so you really just get silhouette.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I think like because I've seen, I've read the Odyssey many years ago. Or like parts of it. And then I've seen like, the Simpsons version and like just other funny versions or whatever. This was very legit. It felt very like mature and like next level. Like this scene, because he freaking wreaks havoc. I mean, he kills some dudes right in front of them in a brutal way.
Brutal.
Very brutal. There are times when I was definitely holding my breath in that scene where the guys are trying to like escape with the herd of sheep, and they're like crouching and running and like hoping the Cyclops doesn't see them. I was like kind of like tensed up. I mean, that sequence I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh yeah, loved it.
Amazing.
The Cyclops was genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
The eye being like vertical instead of horizontal scared the shit out of me. And then also just the first time that they show him like bend forward into the firelight and you see everything and he's got a soldier in his hand and he's just like taking bites out of him.
Yeah.
So brutal. So crazy. Yeah. I liked there's a minor change, if I'm remembering correctly, about how they get out. Because they're gonna kill him. But he's rolled this giant boulder in front of the exit to the cave, so they can't just kill him and be done with it.
Yeah.
They won't be able to move the boulder. So they end up hiding amongst the sheep, basically, when he opens the door to get out. And first they blind him by sticking a giant log that's been sharpened into a fire and then shoving it into his giant eye. The sound that he made when this happened, probably the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I will hear the sound of him screaming in my dreams until I die. So scary. Maybe one of the most haunting things about this movie for me.
Yeah.
And then he starts kind of like crying, lamenting to himself, and they hear him praying to Poseidon. And they're like, what's that about? That's probably not good. And then anyways, they roll the boulder. He rolls the boulder out and they sneak out with the sheep. In the poem, I think the way they escape is by like being under the sheep and hugging them.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And like kind of just riding them out like from underneath. But I kind of liked in the movie they just like strapped hay to their back.
Yes.
And then like crawled out with them, which makes more sense to me, I feel like. Just seems like a simple.
Yep.
And they dropped the whole nobody thing.
They did.
From the poem, which is like a classic part of the poem, but also it's kind of goofy that like
it is. Yeah.
Odysseus tells the Cyclops his name is Nobody, stabs him in the eye, and then the Cyclops is like yelling out, and these other Cyclops come up to him, come up, and they're like, "Hey man, what happened?" And he's like, "Nobody stabbed me." And they're like, "Then shut up." And then they walk away. But you feel like maybe there would be more investigation there, Like I have to feel like maybe something would happen. But you only ever see this one Cyclops. And there is they don't even know that he can talk until, after they hear him praying.
Yeah.
So then they leave, and Odysseus makes a bad call. He turns around, and after they're all out and free, shoots the guy, shoots Polyphemus, the Cyclops, in the eye with an arrow. And Eurylochus, his right-hand man, is like, "Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that."
Right.
And then he does it anyway. And then they lose a couple more people during a chase sequence where the Cyclops follows them like down the mountain and into the water in another really cool-looking sequence where he pops up and he's huge.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's throwing boulders at them,
Yeah.
Terrifying. So that's kind of the Cyclops breakdown.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
So then we follow them, and they end up at the island. I forget what it's called, but there's these gigantic armored people.
Oh, my gosh.
Who have the power to move trees.
Yeah, this one was so brutal.
Wild. In the poem,
cool.
These guys are the Laestrygonians. They're cannibal people who are very large, but they also eat people. And in the movie, they just kind of made them huge, just brutal fighters who are head to toe covered in armor. I also have been reading that this was all shot like forced perspective.
Nice.
So it's just camera work, like very tall people playing these guys, and then shorter people playing Odysseus and his men in the foreground, and then just kind of camera tricks to make everybody look very, manipulated, I guess.
So there's no like CGI?
I'm sure there's probably always a little, but it's the reason it looks that way, at least in the majority, is all practical.
That's pretty cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, they luck out and they're able to escape, but they lose the other two ships that they've been traveling with. So now it's just Odysseus and his men on this one ship. And they're kind of like, this isn't going well. You know, like I think they start to have their doubts, and they're thinking, hey, we heard this guy praying to Poseidon. Now it seems like things are going a different way. The gods might be working against us, kind of thing. And then they end up on the island of Circe.
Each one gets more brutal. And
What did you think of this one?
this one was the most disturbing
Yeah.
to me. It's truly disturbing. As soon as the guys walk up with and there's like the mountain lions,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, well, this is obviously there's some shit going down here. I thought that, like, so my personal emotions were, this was, like, very disturbing, really, really well done.
Yeah.
Like as far as my, I don't know, just enjoyment or whatever, art enjoyment, like, I mean, it was interesting because, like, they go in there, they're really hungry, and she, like, feeds them this meal, and I think that that's like I don't know. It's kind of like a relatable. It's a relatable part to that.
Yeah.
Where she kind of gets them because they're so hungry, and then they're like kind of gluttonous. It's like almost sinful. It feels like, and then it like gets out of control. Obviously, because then stuff goes down. And yeah, I think that they really like kept leaning into the uncomfortableness. It really went slow when she was turning them into pigs, and like I thought that while it was very disturbing, it was also like that's like a classic movie scene. I feel like for me, like it was just so well done.
Yeah. It really felt like we walked into like a Robert Eggers folk horror movie for this sequence. It's genuinely crazy.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Yes.
But cool to look at also.
Yeah.
I also like, so Odysseus, they're like, we think you should stay here. And Odysseus is like, is this a mutiny? And Eurylochus is like, that's up to you. And then they go off without him, and then all this stuff happens to them. He's like, okay, I'm going to catch us dinner. So he kills a deer, and when he gets up to the deer, it's a human man. So he realizes something's going down, so he runs after them, finds them, ends up saving them in a different way from the poem, which I think, again, is like a better look for him in this movie, because in the poem, he has to sleep with her, and there's a whole thing where he takes an herb that makes him immune to the poison, and then he has to frighten her and then sleep with her, and then after sleeping with her, make her take a vow to free his men. So I feel like
very complex. Yes,
very complex. I like this because it's simpler.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I don't know, it feels maybe more likable for the character of Odysseus to be like, he gets in there, he knows that those pigs are his men, and he sees one of their rings. Yes. One of them left a ring. And so he kind of just takes a gamble that this bird in this cage probably means something to Circe.
Yep.
Grabs it and is, about to kill it. And he's like, you got to let my men go or I'm going to kill this thing. And then he finds out that it's his sister, and he asks her why, like later on when the men are changing back, which I also like that while she's changing them back, she says, back into your disguises. As though,
is that what she says?
As though the pigs were like their natural form. That was pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
But I like, he's like, why would you do this to your sister? And she's like, we get along better this way.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I loved that they did that with the ring, and that was the way, like, that felt very Christopher Nolan. Like, he places a lot of emphasis on like objects in his movies. Definitely. I've noticed, like tiny objects. I mean, as you said, there's things that happen in the early part of this movie that will come back in a huge way at the very end.
Right.
And so he really rewards the watcher. He really rewards the watcher who pays attention.
Yeah.
Because like literally, it feels like a lot of tiny moments matter later on.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool. He's like very detail oriented.
No, definitely. I agree. So then Circe tells him that in order to get back to Ithaca, he has to go into Hades and speak to Tiresias, the blind prophet.
Yes.
So
that was absolutely cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I was reading that they shot this in Iceland, which makes sense.
Okay.
Looks pretty Icelandy to me from
Yeah.
what I've seen of Iceland.
That I want to say just that part, the Hades part, or the whole.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
From what I could tell. Yeah.
It's very flat, like as far as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
Very flat. It's almost like a desert of black soil and ice. Like that's.
So that's what it actually looks. Because I know it's at nighttime too when he's there.
Yeah. I don't know how much it was altered, but
Yeah,
it looks
pretty
similar
regular
to-
like that. Yeah.
So he speaks to Tiresias, and Tiresias predicts that Odysseus will return home, but he will return home alone because
Yes.
he's going to sail to the island of the sun god, and his men are going to eat the sun god's cattle. He also has a very brief conversation with Agamemnon here, who reveals that his wife Clytemnestra murdered him upon returning home because he sacrificed their daughter for favorable winds when they were sailing to Troy. And then he speaks to Sinon, Elliot Page.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm remembering this correctly, I think this is where you find out that Antinous switched places with Sinon so that Antinous would not have to go to war, because Sinon says, when you see Antinous, give him back his shame.
So that was a part that I was confused about because
Okay.
when they, in the beginning of the movie, when they switched spots,
Right.
it seemed that that was like a noble thing. Like,
Yeah.
Like, wasn't it that originally, what's Robert Pattinson's character's?
Antinous.
Antinous?
Yeah.
Because I want to just make sure I'm remembering this correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you said it earlier. So Antinous gets picked, but then what is Elliot Page?
Sinon.
Sinon. What is that sequence, I guess, at the beginning? Can you go over that again?
I thought it was kind of just viewing it through the lens of like how you were supposed to think that it happened. And again, I might have this wrong. It still happens very quickly, this part at the beginning.
Yes.
And even on a second viewing, I was still like, what exactly is going on here? But because Odysseus says to Antinous' father, your boy wants to come with us, but I'm not going to let him. Because
Yes.
someone needs to be here to watch, to like look after his family. But then there is this they play it over like 2 or 3 times, like another time
Yes, they
later.
do.
I think now when Odysseus is talking to Sinon in Hades, and it felt different. Like it felt like they were
Totally.
reframing it kind of. And I
Yeah.
got the impression that Antinous drew the lot to go to war and then switched with Sinon.
Okay. And that would fit his character more.
Right.
Because he's more like kind of cowardly. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, and they kind of, this is also, there's some differences here. And this is maybe where like my biggest gripe with this movie comes in, because in the poem, so Elliot Page is kind of doing the work of 2 characters here from the poem. And so one of them is Elpenor, who was one of Odysseus' crewmates, who made it to the island of Circe, got drunk, fell asleep on Circe's roof, fell off, and broke his neck. And then, and then Odysseus goes to Hades later on, and Elpenor's like, hey man, you didn't bury me. You have to go back to Circe's island and bury me. And then you can go home. And so he does. Like he makes a return trip to Circe's island. And then there's another, so he also speaks with Achilles here in the poem, and it's a pretty, like, from what I can remember, a pretty pivotal conversation I don't exactly remember what happens, but I would have liked to see him here, I feel like. And this movie kind of skirts around Achilles, and it feels like kind of makes Agamemnon like the guy, which is, they did a good job with it, but I still, this is kind of that thing where like sometimes I think reading the source material makes me like pickier about stuff.
Okay.
Which I don't always love. But
Interesting.
it didn't necessarily affect my overall viewing of this movie because I thought the things that they changed for the most part worked really well.
Cool.
So anyways, also I think Tiresias warns him before he gets to the island of the sun god, he's going to have to go through Scylla and Charybdis, which are
what are
the
those guys?
snake monster and the whirlpool.
Yes.
So then we go through. Oh, and the sirens are here too. It's the sirens and then Scylla and Charybdis. So they leave. They get chased out of Hades by these shades of Odysseus's past battle mates, basically. And then they're on their way. First, we hit the sirens, right? What did you think of the sirens sequence?
I thought it was good. It was. I actually liked that it was like kind of more muted.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But it was like quick.
Yeah.
And I think in other stuff, usually that's like kind of the big one. Other iterations of the Odyssey I've seen, that's kind of like the big one. I thought it was cool when Odysseus decided not to put the wax in his ears.
Yeah.
And you just like it just focuses on how much pain he's in. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Another decision though that I'm like, really, guy? This is a good move, you think?
Like, what happens in the poem with that scene?
Same. It's the same thing.
Oh, you're saying okay, yeah.
But it's another. I feel like it speaks to his character. He makes these kind of emotional decisions, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah.
For a guy who is known for his cunning and resourcefulness, but even in the poem, he does this, where he taunts the Cyclops and he chooses to listen to the sirens, but they warn him. They're like, you need to tie yourself to the mast, and no one can let you out of here. So then he has his crewmates do this. Yeah. And he puts the earwax in their ears. And then he's like, no matter how much I beg, don't let me out of here. You know? But it's like, why? It seems safer just to not even bother, you know?
Totally.
But then obviously we see he kind of goes through every range of emotions. And I don't remember the exact quote that he says after when Eurylochus asks him like what it sounded like. But first of all, the song that plays during this part is crazy.
Dude, I can't even remember what it was. Dude,
it's
right now.
it's so good. It's like incredibly haunting. It's played by this like it starts with this like old instrument that's like a reed of some sort, and it's actually two like flute type things, and you have to put them in your mouth and play them at the same time.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
They kind of harmonize. But yeah, like you said, the audio here is really cool. I noticed it. I didn't notice it at the Oriental, but when I saw it the second time, when they put the beeswax in, the sound goes out on that side of the theater according to like which side you're on.
Dude, that's
so the
cool.
stereo there was really cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and then but it's something to the effect of Odysseus says, you know, it was my greatest regrets. Everything that I wanted and can't have, and told me everything that I want is what I most can't have. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then he finishes by saying, which is I think is the important takeaway here, is he says, it told me I don't want to go home.
Oh,
so you're like, what's going on with this guy? He's been gone so many years at this point. Why doesn't he want to go home? You know?
Yeah.
And then I don't know when this little cutscene happens, but I think we may have missed it, so I'm going back to it, where Telemachus is hanging with Menelaus, John Bernthal, and Clytemnestra, Helen, Clytemnestra's twin sister. And they're at a banquet for Menelaus's daughter's wedding, and Menelaus tells Telemachus the story of the taking of Troy, which is, to me, like maybe the most effective sequence in the entire movie. You see the horse get taken in, and then you see all the Greeks come out of the horse and storm the city. They open up the gates, which takes forever to get these gates unlocked.
Yeah, true.
So long. But the music, the whole time, the music is just building tempo and getting more. I genuinely felt like I was about to throw up during this scene. Like,
wow.
It was so intense.
It was awesome.
I got to give a shout out to Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah.
just tearing it up on this movie.
Dude. Are you talking when they're about to come out of the horse or when they're
it's pretty
when
much
they're out.
from the moment they drop out to like the end of that flashback.
Got it. So they're like the battle is happening. You're saying like opening the gates to the city.
Yes, yeah.
Dude, when Agamemnon is like when they open the gates and he's like by himself at the opening of the gates and it's like that's an epic
crazy
picture.
Shot. Yeah.
Amazing.
He's just standing there.
Yeah. And then everybody
his
just
giant
runs.
armor. Yeah. Everybody runs past him.
I was gonna say real quick, I think that for me, that sequence also I think it gets like it is amazing. I think it gets to maybe that we'll touch on it later on, but it kind of gets to like what is like for me what's haunting Odysseus.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like what's causing him this inner turmoil.
Right.
Because he keeps coming back to it. And at the end of the movie, they really kind of flesh that out pretty good.
So yeah, there's this really effective flashback. And so now we'll go back to Odysseus because I don't remember when that happens, but I think it's sometime around Circe. So I think I missed it. But so anyways, he gets past the sirens. They make it to the giant whirlpool Charybdis, and he convinces his men to go through this strait, basically, where he knows Scylla is going to take 6 of his men. And Scylla comes out, grabs 6 of his men, and they go on. Eurylochus is like, you knew that was going to happen. Yeah. And he's like, if I told you, you wouldn't have done it. You know? Yeah. So they have this whole, the crew is very tense. Yes. The mood is tense on this ship right now. Yeah. Then we make it to the island of the sun god, and Odysseus has heard from Tiresias that this is not a place to go, but his men convince him. They're like, hey, why don't we just, for a minute, just go up there and we'll eat, provisions from the ship, and we won't touch the cattle, and then we'll be out. And you can tell Odysseus is like, fuck it. Do whatever you want, but he knows it's going to go a certain kind of way. Totally. Because they pull in, and there's this wind that immediately picks up, helps them to get on shore, but then will not let them leave. And they're there for like a month. So
it's like, oh my gosh.
It's insane. So they run out of food, and Odysseus finds them eating the cattle of the sun god. And there's this really effective dialogue where he goes up to them. He's like, did you think if you ate quietly, the sun god wouldn't notice? And I think Eurylochus is like, we thought you wouldn't notice. And he's like, I'm not the one you got to worry about. I wanted you to live. And then he walks away.
So badass.
Like, shit.
So badass.
And then Eurylochus says something along the lines of, well, we'd rather die drowning than starving. And right then they notice that the wind has changed. So Odysseus is like, well, now's our chance. So they get back on ship. They go out. Immediately, there's this huge storm. You've got Poseidon fucking up the waves. You got Zeus fucking up the clouds. Yep. The ship gets cracked in half, and Odysseus is on one half, and everybody else is on the other. Everybody else is just presumed dead. Odysseus washes up on Calypso's shore, which kind of brings us to where he's at now. Right. So he's been... there have been like little scenes of him and Calypso in between here, where you're getting like caught up. So and then she helps him remember. She basically tells him like just to surrender to whatever happens, and puts him on a piece of driftwood and sends him into the ocean, and he wakes up in Ithaca, on the shore of Ithaca.
That was like amazing. Like, I think that I really like that message.
Yeah.
That's a good, I feel like once he does that, when he like, because I think there's like a line where he says like about letting go of control. Yeah. Or somebody says let go of control. To me, that's when the character arc happens. When the redemption happens. Right. He is like way more relaxed. He is like way more confident. And then, man, when he gets back to Ithaca, that is just a constant like fist pump. Yeah. At the movie screen for the next like half hour. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah, because he, because of the lotus flower, and he obviously is dealing with like a ton of regret. about something.
Oh,
and
yes.
Calypso helps him remember. She finally gives him the pin that he wore that
yes.
Penelope gave him before he left, which is another thing I forgot to mention that comes back in the end, that this is how she would identify him. She would be able to identify him if a stranger came to Ithaca and gave news of Odysseus. She would ask about what he was wearing, and if they mentioned this pin, she'll know that they're telling the truth. So Calypso finally gives him the pin back, and he sees it, remembers Penelope, and then he's like ready to go home. Like you were saying, like this is where he's finally ready to like give up control. Whatever happens. You know, it's on the god's knees kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ends up back in Ithaca. He meets with Eumaeus Leguizamo, who, if I didn't say it before, is so good in this movie.
He's so great.
Unexpected that I didn't even know he was in this.
Yeah.
And he turned in a great performance. So Odysseus disguises himself as a beggar, basically.
Yeah.
Goes up to the manse, the house, and initially, actually, he goes to meet Telemachus on his way home, is what happens. He meets him in Pylos, where Telemachus has gone to a temple of Athena.
Oh, that's right.
For something. I don't remember why.
He's at Athena?
Yeah, he's at I don't know.
I don't remember why he's there. But those other, like the bandits meet him there.
These suitors are posing as priests.
Yeah.
And Odysseus ends up getting inside, saving his life. They kill Telemachus' friend Mentor, and basically Odysseus brings him back to Ithaca, still disguised.
Oh my gosh.
So Telemachus does not know who he is. And then they get back. Odysseus goes up to the house, and he has this moment with his dog Argus, who has been waiting the entire time. Argus is like such an old little dude now. Argus wags his tail once and then dies.
Yeah.
Which was brutal.
Yeah.
But at least they had that moment together, you know. So that was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Then Odysseus goes in, disguised, hangs out with the suitors, kind of gets a lay of the land for a little bit. I'm kind of rushing through this part. But then goes and has a conversation with Penelope. And while they're talking, I caught that they replayed the Siren song when he is like going up to talk to her for the first time in 20 years. She does not recognize him. He tells her, basically tells her like what happened in Troy, and we kind of get into what's been going on with him, why he is filled with all this regret.
Yeah.
Is because basically when they stormed Troy, there was just no order to it at all. They completely, there's a big through line in this movie about Zeus's law, which is just like hospitality to strangers. And in his mind, they have absolutely violated Zeus's law by posing themselves as a gift to the Trojans. And then once they were inside, just mercilessly killing everybody.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of like the end of civilization. Like he's looking at it like this huge thing. It's not great. So, and then you find out that Athena, who has been like helping Odysseus this whole time, has been taking the form of Zendaya because Zendaya was a woman in Troy who they killed.
Yeah.
So there's kind of this
brutally as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this pretty full circle thing, and you realize this is kind of an anti-war movie.
Yes. That is what I took away from it for sure. Like I think that like you said earlier, that part where he keeps reliving the Troy sequence.
Yeah.
That is like, you can tell it's haunting him. Like, hey, you just said it, but like we did, this was wrong.
Yeah.
To kill all these people, for kind of no reason.
Right.
You know, but yeah,
pretty tough.
That was tough. Yeah.
And then So then Penelope's like, all right, whatever. My husband's not coming back.
Right.
I'm going to set up this challenge, and whichever one of you suitors can do it, you can marry me. And so she sets up the bow and arrow and axe challenge, which we've seen in the first act of this movie. And everybody fails. And Antinous doesn't even try. He's like, you know what? You've made your point. I get it.
Yeah.
And then Odysseus, still posing as a beggar, is like, hey, I'll take a crack at it. And they're all kind of laughing at him. And then he does it, and he does the really cool, like, thrumming of the bowstring.
Oh, so cool.
And then a gigantic fucking battle happens. He does the challenge.
Dude. Yeah.
And then everybody immediately knows that it's him. So
this is my favorite part of the movie.
yeah,
Is this battle.
this climax is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
They do the building tempo in the music again.
Oh yeah, they do.
Just
yeah.
nonstop drumming.
Dude, I want to say that I love in this sequence, like there's one of the suitors is like going upstairs to like shove weapons down in this hole.
Yes.
And Telemachus goes and fights him and eventually kills him.
Yeah.
And I love that battle sequence is like very realistic because Telemachus struggles with fighting him, and like it takes him a while to kill him.
Yeah.
It's
a
he gets
grueling fight.
It's grueling. It's super. So I loved the realism of that because it's like Telemachus is still young and he's like not super confident, not a great fighter.
Yeah.
So that seemed realistic, and I like that part.
And he does. You caught this when we were leaving. You mentioned that he kills him with the same move that he had been practicing with Mentor, at
Mentor.
the beginning of the movie.
That's right.
Which is this absolutely brutal, like behind the shoulder sort of throat slit.
Yes. Yeah, it's
thing that
super
he
brutal.
does.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
There were some parts in this movie where like when Odysseus comes back, like I think in this battle scene, but also when they're in that temple killing the bandits, where he's just straight up a superhero.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of a Marvel movie because he's got like this hood on and like kind of we were saying actually maybe it's reminding me of Obi-Wan and like the new movies where he's like on that island and he's like always has a hood on.
Yeah.
That is like exactly who he reminded me of. But his fighting was like so good.
Insane.
Like he just became like a martial artist.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I love all the shots of Odysseus like chilling on the stairs while everybody else is trying to string the bow, and you can't even see his face.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just hood
It's
and
just
shadow.
hood. It's sick.
It's so cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
So yeah, there's this insane battle during which Antinous is like, because I forget the guy's name, but he's throwing the weapons through the floor, and every time he drops like a new weapon down, Antinous is like, grab that.
Yeah, like from the corner.
Get the swords. It's so dramatic and
It's
really
amazing.
speaks to who he is as a character. Finally, Odysseus, I think at one point too, Antinous is like, you think you can kill us all? And Odysseus is like, I just got to kill you.
So epic.
And then he
So epic.
he eventually fights his way. Another cool thing about this sequence is you can see some of the people in the house start to kneel to Odysseus like during the fighting because they're like, this ain't gonna go how they want it to go.
Right.
We should probably just give in, call it quits here.
Yeah.
And eventually Odysseus fights his way to Antinous and has this insane cathartic moment with him.
Yes.
Where he shows him the lot,
Oh my gosh.
Sinan's lot,
Yeah.
and he says, when you get to Hades, tell Sinan I gave you back your shame. And then he stabs him and kills him.
I think
Cool.
And I think he puts it in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He makes him eat it.
He does. I forgot about that.
But that stab in the gut is like
Oh, my God.
absolute catharsis.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I think
So
I feel
good.
like people were like saying some audible things in the movie at that point.
Yeah.
Like they were like, yeah.
We needed some physical release from what was going
did.
on.
There
There
was-
was a collective.
Oh yeah.
Like-
There was so much just like talking about it right now, the emotions that the movie takes you through.
Yeah.
Mostly unpleasant.
Right.
And tense and stressful.
Can be hard.
It was a stressful movie. But like the thing is that a lot of like artsy movies like this that I've seen, they take you through rough emotions and there isn't always a payoff.
Yeah.
This movie's payoff is what sealed the deal for me.
It's so satisfying.
So satisfying. And I was going to ask you, so I forget if we talked about this, but does that happen in the poem? How this book, or how this, like that battle and everything?
Yes.
It does.
But
Okay.
it's not nearly the end point. There's like 4 more books after this. Like chapters. And also, so, man, what is his name? It might be Eurymachus, is the other suitor who's kind of like hand in hand with Antinous. He's like kicking the dog and teasing him at times.
I know that dude. Yeah.
And so as soon as Odysseus strings the bow and shoots the arrow through the axes, this guy says, "You're Odysseus." And like halfway through, Odysseus shoots him in the neck with the arrow. This was how Antinous died.
Really?
He's the first one off. First
That's
one to go.
totally different.
Yeah.
Okay.
For my money, this is way more satisfying.
Oh,
the movie,
totally agree.
The build up and just the, like you said, the catharsis that comes with this, and that line that Matt Damon delivers is just so good.
Dude, I want to touch on that. So when that happens, when he's like, "You're Odysseus," and then he hits him in the neck. I remember there was people like, "Oh," in the theater.
There was a loud.
There was just sort of, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
and it was like, but that scene also is amazing. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah,
because that's also another tone shift.
Yes,
where it's like you can feel the pot percolating. Boom! When that happens, everything's up for grabs.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, and then so that's pretty much it. I mean, Telemachus becomes the king of Ithaca, and Odysseus leaves with Penelope to chase the escaping sun and head west to honor his dead soldiers.
Nice.
I mean, that's pretty much the movie. So,
dude, I want to get on like some. And if we're doing okay on time, are we doing? Pretty decent?
Yeah, go for it.
Are we're doing pretty good on?
Yeah,
we're pretty good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, kind of like analysis. Okay, so as soon as we finished the movie, I was just like, this was next level. That was the words that came to my mind. I don't even know. It's so hard to put it into why.
Yeah.
Many of the things that we've talked about so far, I mean, the emotions, the story that it's telling, I feel like for me, my opinion is that part of why this movie is doing so well is that because this is like such a classic story. I like you and Jack were saying, it's like the first story put to pen. It's like the OG story. So that's like cool in itself. I feel like there's so much respect done to the story. There's nothing feels watered down. I mean, like all of the what was it called when they meet the Cyclops and the section,
Great Wanderings.
The Great Wanderings is done like in its own cool way.
Yeah,
it feels like original, with a Christopher Nolan spin.
Definitely.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Christopher Nolan movies. Actually, now we were talking about it, I didn't realize how many I've seen. I think this is definitely one of my favorite of his. It's really cool when you have a director that you've been watching a lot of, and you, like we were talking, you notice their things they go back to.
Yes.
So like those flashbacks, like those little objects, like I mentioned. I think like just the pure storytelling, like mastery that is done here. Like you had said, putting all those parts in the beginning with the foreshadowing. I mean, like that's professionally done.
Yeah. To
have you really pay attention and then come back and it weave together in a nice organic way. I can't say enough awesome stuff about this movie. Mm-hmm. It was truly an epic. It felt like an amazing epic, and I think this is like probably the best movie that I've seen so far this year.
Nice.
Like just pure, as far as like pure cinematic.
Sure.
Like cinematic goodness.
Yeah.
But what about you, man?
Yeah, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying for sure about how like getting to know Nolan through his films and like the
Yeah.
things that he goes back to, like at its heart, right? This movie is dad trying to get home, which is like Inception, Interstellar.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, kind of Dark Knight Rises, sort of, you know? Just the trying to get back home part, I guess. But it's like he loves this shit. And it also feels like maybe sort of like, maybe I'm looking into it too much, but maybe like semi-autobiographical that like this guy, he goes off and he makes these movies and he has to be away from his family, although his wife does work with him on these movies.
Cool.
But like they have children, you know? So maybe it's like he can relate to that because he's like, I got to go do this thing and then I got to get home, you know, and be with my family again.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I missed the parts that weren't there sometimes, but like I said, with the nobody thing, that doesn't need to be there. Would have loved to see Aeolus in the Bag of Winds. Would have loved to see that. Would have loved to see Nausicaa and the Phaeacians, but I would rather this movie take its time on the things that it does cover than rush through all 17 or whatever, however many stops he makes in the poem on his way home and have it feel like it just flew by, you know?
Okay.
And it still felt like it flew by, but that's more just because of how well done it is, I feel like. Less that it's super rushed or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I remember saying when I first started reading this on this pod that I hoped the majority of this movie would be The Great Wanderings, which are really like a very short, it's like books 9 through 12, I think. So, and they happen so quickly in the poem because it's just Odysseus retelling it to this group of people who have saved him.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean too. Like even this poem is told in flashbacks. So it's just so perfect for Christopher Nolan. Like
Totally.
it's something that he loves to do. I think this is definitely a movie that he was the guy for this one.
Oh, totally, man.
And it just looks amazing. Like
it does. It looks beautiful.
Cinematically, so satisfying to look at. Doesn't feel like a frame wasted to me. It looks so cool. There were a few things, like specifically the one that comes to mind is when the Trojans are dragging the horse up to the city of Troy. That just looked like so old Hollywood to me, like something you would see in like Ben-Hur or the Ten Commandments, like these giant scale productions of movies that were all like on these huge sets back in the day. It's kind of what it reminded me of. It just felt very immersive and it all looked so good.
Dude, nice.
So yeah, that's it for me. I mean,
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I was going to add that we saw it on 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
Which, that was my first. Yeah. So they gave out these little film strips. Hopefully you can see that on there. But, and I'll see with my face in the background. Maybe that's cool too. Ooh. But it has little scenes from the movie. So that was super cool. We got that for free, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that forever.
Yeah.
I had never seen a 70 millimeter movie or film, actually. And it was really cool because at first, because I was asking you and Jack, like, hey, is there really a difference, you know? And there is to me. Because one, it does, like the picture looks great, but every now and then you would see a little like circle.
Yeah.
Like an imperfection.
Yeah.
And I love imperfections.
We love it.
It felt like whenever I saw that, it was like in the same spot usually. Like it reminded me of like records and like vinyl.
Right.
And like why I've gotten into vinyl. I don't do as much now, but like it's like a continuation, right? Like with film, it's constantly going, and it just reminded me that this is like a like an actual like living thing. Like maybe 10 years from now, after they keep playing that hole's gonna get bigger, or there's gonna be another one or something. Like it'll change, and I think that's more. It's more exciting because for me, like movie watching is like a passive experience.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing for listening to an album, but it's like the fact that if it's analog like that, there's something more warm than if it's digital. This just reminds me of like why I got into vinyl was I read this article by Jack White where he describes it as like he like grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil and he's like this is digital, and he drew all these like dashed lines that were very close to each other, but he's saying these are like files spliced together and like put together. But vinyl is a straight line and it's like a continuation, and he's like this is the difference between the two, and that has always stuck with me. I wrote that many years ago, and I just think there's something cool about that. So seeing it in film just felt like more lived in, more real. But it, like they were talking before the movie, like there was somebody running the projection.
Yes.
Like that was really cool, and like it kind of brought, like you had mentioned, old Hollywood elements. It brought me back to like this is a cool. There's a lot of work that goes into this. I think sometimes in the past, I've been like, just give me stories. I need to consume stories, which I love stories. But like, it's fun to see like, hey, this is like a technical element here to create this.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people who have done work to make that happen. So it kind of helped me like appreciate it in a well-rounded way. I feel like so.
I saw this video of I don't remember who it was. It was a movie theater, but one of the 25 in the U.S. showing the IMAX 70 millimeter film.
Yes.
And it was like them reeling it out of the truck on a pallet jack, unloading it, setting it up, and then the guy showed the camera like a piece of the film, and this thing was fucking huge.
Dude, that sounds so sick.
It was. I'll show you. It was insane, the size of this thing. I was like, this is so cool.
It's like it's like a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, so I thought it was 25 in the world is what I have heard. I don't know if that's correct, but
I think 25 in the country. I think only like 40 in the world or something like that.
Because I have heard that it was on NPR this week that there's one in Prague.
Oh.
There was, so I heard this on Monday. I don't remember all the numbers, but it was like 25,000 people had seen it already at that one theater specifically, and it's like, I don't know where the next nearest one is to that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people would like come from everywhere to see it.
Did I tell you I was looking at the one nearest to us, which is like an hour and a half-ish.
Okay.
And every single showing into like mid-August is completely booked. Like every seat except for maybe like some in the front 2 rows, which is like neck breaker territory,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I feel like that would be brutal. But
yeah,
they had a 2:40 a.m. showing. Like I don't
what?
Every seat.
It was taken.
Every seat.
What?
Yeah.
Why? That's insane. How many seats did it have?
It's fairly big.
It's
a pretty, probably like the size of one of the bigger ones where we usually go.
Oh my God. And then where was that at then? Like what city?
That's so it's called Seven Bridges I think it's in Woodridge, Illinois.
Okay. Dude, well that's good to know that exists. So at some point we could see a different one or something.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Definitely.
If they do that again. But I wanted to get a little bit on numbers too.
Oh yeah.
I did a little research today. So the Odyssey's approaching $700 million, and it's only been out for 14 days.
Crazy.
I saw a stat that said it's nearly about to surpass Oppenheimer's total domestic total
all time.
Just Oppenheimer's full domestic total. It's about to surpass that right now at 14 days in, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I saw something that's going to approach $1 billion, which actually makes sense. Only 300 million away.
Right.
But Because then I was like, okay, this seems like a lot. I didn't look at the budget, actually. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I wonder.
But I compared it because then I looked at Gail Daughtry's numbers.
Oh, yeah?
And so Gail Daughtry...
Okay, let me guess. Gail Daughtry's probably pulled... I'm going to say they're at $2 billion.
$2 billion?
Yeah.
No. You're joking me. Dude, they were at like 1.4 million.
Wow.
It was not a lot. But theirs was less. It was like a low to mid indie run. This was according to like Google AI.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like,
which is always right.
Which is always right.
Always right.
They've been pretty good to me lately. But it said it was released on like 1,000 theaters, which isn't that, to me, that's not that many. It's like a third, I think, of all of the US's like regular theaters. I think it was like 3,000. But yeah, just like a comparison there. I was like 1.4 million to 700 million.
I'm seeing an estimated budget of 250 million. So we're already almost triple that.
Way past
Yeah.
it. Wow.
So.
Oh, and but right now it sits at 4th highest of the year. So it's not even number 1 yet, which is, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't look at what was number 1 right now. But last we talked, it was a movie from China.
That's right.
That like F1
yes.
Movie, or a racing one.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. But that's interesting to me because it wasn't even at number 1 yet. But I'm guessing it will be like a month from now or something.
Sure.
I bet it'll keep going.
Yeah, 14 to do that in 14 days is pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
I think we got it.
I think we got it, man.
I think we got it. I think we're good. I think we can box it up, ship it off.
We can ship it off. Yeah.
Yep.
Onto the sea.
Into the sea.
Not on the highway here again.
We'll have it set sail.
We'll have it set sail. I feel like that was a journey. We just went through a journey.
We really did.
We've returned home now.
Yeah, after 20 years.
After 20 years. You look a little different, but
Yeah.
I can recognize you.
The long beard.
Yeah. It's kind of scratchy.
Yeah.
But I can recognize you. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was cool that, going back to the movie, that they don't recognize him. Oh, we didn't talk about the lady who like washes his feet and recognizes.
Yeah, we forgot to bring up the nurse.
The nurse.
Yeah.
She recognizes that it's him. She's the only one who recognizes it's him. Because she's washing his feet when he's talking to Penelope. And he's like, oh, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And that moment was so sick. But also reminds me of this little side quest that I have for you. So I was listening to an interview from San Diego Comic-Con this last weekend.
Okay.
With, I think his name is Thomas Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
He's a comedian,
Yeah.
right? And he's awesome. I forgot what his name was. So
he was in Gail Daughtry.
he was, wait, so what was his character in Gail Daughtry?
I believe he was the magician, or he wasn't a magician.
He's a magician in something else, I think.
What was his name? He was like the hair guy who was having the show in that hotel.
That's Thomas Lennon?
I believe so.
Because Maddie said he was from Lake Geneva, or he has a place in Lake Geneva. So that didn't look like him at all. But
he had a
lot of stuff on.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yes. King of the Whip Curl, Remy Fontaine.
I had no idea that was him. Dude, that dude's a goat.
Oh yeah.
A legend. So he was like participating in the Eisners and giving out awards.
Oh wow.
For the comics. And he's been doing this for a while apparently. He's really funny.
So he was on the first episode ever of Comedy Bang Bang.
That's pretty slick.
Pretty slick.
So he said, I don't know if all of this is true, but he said that in some previous Christopher Nolan movies, he has played a nurse or like a doctor. And I didn't fact check this. I was trying to like think about it, and I was like, I don't remember him being in like Batman because I think he mentions The Dark Knight. At this point, he might be joking.
Interesting.
But so he's like talking to the interviewer, and then he's like, oh yeah, like I was like, there's not going to be any nurse part in this, so like we're good. And then he's like, but there was. And I wasn't cast, and I was pissed.
Oh, no.
So he's just like talking about
Tom Lennon could have been Yuri Clea. Wow. Yeah, it says he's in both Memento and Dark Knight Rises as a doctor.
Yes. So he was telling the truth. Yeah. So that was a really funny tidbit. If anybody's
amazing.
interested.
All right. Well, shoot.
Okay, we gotta put the kibosh on this.
We're putting the kibosh.
This has been fun. July was awesome. There's still some other movies that I would like to have seen, but
Yeah.
just kind of timing and everything is.
There's been a lot going on.
A lot happening. So,
But we'll get to them.
but do you want to announce what next month's movie is going to be?
Is it safe to say? Is it safe to say?
I think it's
Because we haven't really discussed it, but
Wait, no.
I think we know what it's going to be.
Oh yeah, we know what
right?
it's going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to drum roll me?
Okay. Yeah.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
That was really loud.
Did I get it right? Did I say the right movie?
Yeah, that's it. Brand New Day.
Okay, cool.
There's so many, and then with
Cool.
the comics, there's so much to keep track of. Long
my
Way
God.
Home, Far From Home, No Way Home, Brand New Day, and there's just a lot happening.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I can't keep track.
And we're actually, because timing is crazy, we're going to see it in 2 days.
Oh, yeah. By the time this thing comes out, we'll be well over it.
We're going to forget it probably. So
We'll be well over it. Yeah.
No, we're not going to forget this.
Wait till
It's
you hear
awesome.
that episode, because we won't remember anything about that movie by the time we record about it.
Probably not, but hopefully we do. Hopefully we do.
Hopefully we do.
Yeah.
Well, everybody,
Okay, man.
thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram at Wesley's Pop Culture Club. Do me a favor, smash that MF follow button.
As he says, gritting his teeth. Do it.
It would help us a lot. Yeah, we love you. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And we will see you next week, possibly talking about some television.
I think that's safe. That's
Quote,
a safe
unquote,
bet. Yeah,
television?
that's a safe bet to assume.
All right.
So
Well, thanks for listening,
Cool.
everybody.
thank
We'll
you.
see you next week. Bye.
Bye.